Policies, 3 objectives that we hope to meet by the end of our 5-minute session. Know the meaning of an inequality, to be able to use the symbols of inequalities and be able to read them correctly. So I'll begin by thinking about the word inequality to understand its meaning. So another word for equals, if you think about that word first of all, because most of us know that. Anybody?
Same as.
The same as, well done. So inequality, we're thinking about 2 things that are not the same. So that is what the meaning of an inequality if you are asked for that in a test. So can I have 2 volunteers? Jack, anybody else? Okay, Dan, up you come. You take your board, your pen and your rubber out there and come quite close into me and avoid the leave there. Right, what I want you both to do first of all is just pick a number, any number. It's no trick. Right, show everybody. So Dan has written 14. And Jack has written 3. Right, I need to think about how I can describe these 2 numbers and think about the relationship and the fact they're not equal to each other. So what things could we say about 3 and 14? Something that links the 2 or says that they're different to each other? Yes, David?
40 is more than 3.
40 is more than 3. Brilliant. So we could say it in words, but mathematicians, we are lazy. We want to write as little as possible. If there's a symbol for it, we will use it. So we should think about what more than, what less than. You might recognise these signs, and they look a little bit like sideways V's. So the trick to think about is, if I was a big fat crocodile, I would want to eat the most possible, so I would eat the bigger number. So if I'm looking at my sign either goes this way or this way, you always think the crocodile eats the bigger number. So if I was to look at these 2, I would go, right, I'm going to eat 14. So if I was to write down my new line, I would write 3 is smaller than 14. Right, pick a number 2. Right, I need another volunteer. Toby, right, Toby's going to take my place and he is going to eat the bigger number. So when we read our inequalities, it makes sense. Right, 100 and 1049. So, hungry crocodile, which are you going for? Yes! So, can somebody read my inequality for me? Isabel.
100 is smaller than 1,049.
Brilliant. So now you know that this side going this way will mean smaller than. Or another word for smaller that we use more in maths. Less than. Brilliant. Alright, okay, one more one. I'm going to whisper you. So what happens when one of the numbers is a negative number? Oh, which one's bigger now? Obviously, the positive, really big, 66,000 is. So, what does this sign going this way now mean? Can somebody else read my inequality for me?
66 now is greater than -4.
Excellent. So we know that 67 is bigger than, we all know that. It's a really easy thing to realise, but our sign is the thing that we always get muddled up. So we now know it goes that way. So, to finish up, so that we all know how to use the symbol and what it means, crocodiles always eat the bigger number. Thank you.